We're live. All right. We're gonna get started in we're gonna get started with a heart opener, a chest opener. So as you make your way onto your mat, lie down and extend your left arm out. And then you can use your right arm to push yourself onto the left side of your body. And then bring your foot behind your knee. Rest your head down. You'll hold here for a few rounds of breath. So you can have your left arm extended out, or it could be like a cactus arm. You can keep your right hand on the floor. If you want to add a bit of weight, extend your right arm up into the air and let your right arm fall back. So either way, however you're creating this stretch for yourself, move away from forcing it and simply use the weight of your body, the position, to passively stretch the left side of your chest. And focusing on long, smooth breaths. Let's stay here about 3 more breaths. And then switch sides. So right arm extends out like a T or like a cactus arm. Then roll onto the right side of your body. Stretch your right side chest. Long and smooth breaths. And you may notice this side feels tighter or less tight. Move away from forcing the stretch to focus on easing into it, softening into it. Let your head be heavy. 3 more breaths, long and smooth. After your 3rd breath, come to child's pose. And for this child's pose, bring your arms bent. So rather than reaching your arms forward, bend your elbows generously. And it might feel good even to bring your knees closer together, rest your forehead down. Rock your hips side to side. And take care of what feels right. So it might be even better to draw your elbows closer into your body. That's okay. A couple rocks, hips side to side. Add Ujjayi breath. Constrict the back of your throat so your breath gets some volume and texture. And with your elbows still bent in child's pose, press the tips of your fingers onto the floor. So your arms lift up. Dial your elbows back, and with pressure through your fingertips onto the floor, send your shoulder blades onto your back. So now you're activating your back line to create broadness in your chest. Pause with that pressure through your fingertips. And push up to tabletop, come to hands and knees. Set yourself up, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Cat and cow. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, cat pose, tuck and round. Keep flowing through these 2. Create that pressure through your fingertips. You might even get lighter through your palms. Take it on your pace. If you want to hold one pose, feel free. Add any side to side or front to back movements. Keep going. 2 more breath rounds. After your second breath round, come back to neutral, tabletop. Pause in it, curl your toes under, lift your knees off the floor, press through the tips of your fingers, send your shoulder blades onto your back, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Bring some movement, pedal it out, sway your hips, shake your head. Look forward, step forward, ragdoll. Separate your feet, hip width distance. Grab for elbows or interlace hands at the base of your head. Hold still or sway side to side. And just like you did in the chest stretch, surrender into it, soften into it, rather than forcing the decompression in your back line. A bit of contrast, moving between the ease of it right here and the effort of it, like when you were pressing your fingertips into the floor. Now step your feet together, free your hands, uncurl, rise up to stand, head comes up very last. At the top, roll out your shoulders, roll out your head. Bring your hands together at heart center, samastitihi, close your eyes. A pause, standing upright, tall. Press your hands together, even the tips of your fingers, lift your chest up to your thumbs. Set an intention for your practice. It can be someone, something that you choose. Option 2, set your intention to the moment. Connect into it with this pressure through your fingertips. It's like a little bit of pressure to root into right here, right now. Send it out one breath. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, send it out. Inhale, mountain pose, extended, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your chest forward, a little pressure through your fingertips. Exhale, high plank pose. Hold it. Just like in tabletop. Press your fingertips into the floor. And as you do that, feel even your palms get a little bit lighter. Reach your heels back, broaden your chest forward. A shift forward, lower halfway, chaturanga. Elbows squeeze in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Flow it, one breath, one pose at a time. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing again, flowing. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, hold it, breathe. And now separate your palms, so press the tips of your fingers together. Broaden your chest, send your shoulder blades onto your back. Add some depth into your legs, breathe. So kind of like brilliance of Sun is this stretching of the front line, stretching of the back line to warm the body, to get the breath moving full, steady. And it's a bit of a contrast here as you hold still and focus in on that steadiness of your breath, even as you hold. Pressure through your fingertips tactile focus. Connect right here, right now. And notice the urge to move forward, the urge to fidget. Breathe alongside it. Create that pressure in your fingertips. Airplane arms. Option, lift your heels up, add balance challenge. Breathe. So part of the power of the practice is the physical challenge. The focus points on the body to bring us into right here, right now. Because in order to not fall over, like we need to be connected to the moment. Heels down, inhale, chair, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Hold your right leg in the air. Point your right toes down. Add any amount of bend to your left knee. Press through your right foot like you're pressing into something behind you. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Create some pressure through your fingertips. Step between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Low lunge, hands to your front thigh. Lift your chest up, torso up, stretch into the front of your left thigh. So hips sink a little forward and down. Fingertip pressure onto your thighs to lift your chest up away. Ground your shoulder blades down. Steady breathing. If you want, add your arms up and over, or even a back bend. Bend your elbows, lift your chest up. 2 more breaths. Half splits. Fold over your right leg, extend through your right leg. Any amount of bend in your right knee is fine. Fingertips on the floor, so there's that pressure, just like you did in child's pose. Shoulder blades onto your back. Draw your right hip up slightly and back as you stretch to the back line of your right leg. So increasing the intensity of the stretch to the back of the right thigh. And really, really relevant, spread your right toes, so you're active through your right foot. And seriously, any amount of bend in your right knee, bring at least a little bit of a bend. And the thing is, when you bend, you activate the front of the right thigh, so it becomes more of an active stretch rather than passive. 2 more breaths right here. Plant your hands, curl your back toes under, 3-legged dog, right leg up and back, press through it, breathe in. Exhale, down dog, right foot down. Lift your left leg up and back. Hold it in the air. Point your left toes down, press through your left foot. Any amount of bend in your right knee, press your fingertips down, step between your hands. Right knee down, low lunge. Fingertips press into your left leg, lift your chest up. Allow your hips to sink a little forward and down. Keep breathing. Soften the breath. Soften around the stretch in the front of your right thigh. I have to be really careful not to smile because it's like my cheeks, squeeze my earbuds out. Only smile when I can hold my earbuds in. If you want to add the lift of your arms, or even a back bend, go for it. Ground your shoulder blades down. 2 more breaths right here. A little action through the core. And then it's half splits. Fold over your left leg, fingertips on the floor. So it's going to be an active stretch. Bend your left knee at least some amount, and that'll get the front of your left thigh activated. So it's not a passive stretch. Fingertips on the floor, send your shoulder blades onto your back, spread through your left toes. Send your left hip back and up slightly. That'll work to align through the hips. You can relax your head. Hold it. A few deeper breaths to stretch the back line of the left leg. 2 more. Stay here, 2 more. Pressure through your fingertips. Let your hands. Curl your back toes under. 3-legged dog. Left leg up and back. Downward facing dog. Now lift your right leg. Breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Bend your elbows. Cactus arms to draw your shoulder blades down. Lift your chest up. Doesn't have to be a big back bend. Hold it. It's going to be that stretch to the front of your left thigh. So you can bend your left knee any amount. Put your right knee, right toes forward. Lift your chest. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift up, straighten through the spine. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch through your right side. Hold the reverse warrior. So feel right knee, right toes point forward. And there's this lift of your right hip, drop of your left hip to activate, to access more of the stretch. Both shoulder blades draw down. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Squeeze your right knee to your chest. Hover your right foot off the floor. Pull your belly in. Pressure through your fingertips. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Bend your elbows, lift your chest, and feel that elbows support the drive of the shoulder blades down, the broadness of the chest. Point your left knee forward. Go for some depth. You can bend into your right knee, especially because it's a big stretch for the front of your right thigh. Especially if you kind of feel any of this suboptimally in your low back, bend your right knee more. Breathe in, lift your arms, extend through your spine so you come out of the back bend. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Hold it, breathe. Add some depth, left knee, left toes point forward. And then there's this leveling in your hips. So right hip down, left hip lifts to access more through the left side. Send both shoulder blades onto your back. One more, breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Squeeze it in. Pressure through your fingertips. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to flow Sunbeam. One breath, one pose at a time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Action through even your fingertips. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Bend the back knee if you need, and you mount. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing. Keep flowing. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms, option heels lift. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. You can always take from your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Maybe left knee comes down. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms and hold it. Clasp hands behind your back or reach for your hands. Option, lift your heels. Steady your gaze. Press the tops of your feet forward. So with your hands clasped, or as you reach for your hands, bend your elbows a little bit more. And with your elbows bent, feel this action of squeezing your shoulder blades together, like beyond neutral, just squeezing your shoulder blades together. Steady your gaze. Feel the tips of your fingers. Soften your breathing. If you wobble, if you fall out, you simply get back in. It's part of it. Just soften around the edges of it. Stay. Heels stay high. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart center, fingertips press together. Just feel that. Take a moment for that pressure of the fingertips. Broaden your chest, lower your heels down, slow. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, and maybe you simply skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog, if this is your route. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent. Here's the change. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Bend your left knee, hover it off the floor. Press your fingertips together. Lift your chest up to your thumbs. Hold it. There's that deep hover. Adding strength, challenge through the legs. Steady your gaze. Straighten through your back leg. Tip forward, add the twist. Left elbow hooks outside of your right knee. So you can stay on your back toes, or you could lower your left knee down. Either way, press elbow to knee, hand to hand, twist towards the right. So the thing about this twist is there's a lot going on in the upper body. And then there's also this deep stretch, deep stability that you're creating in your hips. So it's a bit of that balance between letting your hips sink down and lifting them up so it's strong rather than passive. Reach your left heel back. Lift your left hip slightly. Send your right hip back. All right, now if you're on your back knee, lift your back knee so you come onto your back toes, onto your left toes. Inhale, crescent lunge. You're lifting to it. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Right elbow, right knee. Left arm high. Hold it. Well, first time here, press to the outside edge of your left foot. And there's this difference in your hip. So right hip draws back, left hip will roll forward slightly to allow this length in the spine. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Feel the tips of your fingers, not pressing into anything, but imagine your left hand especially is like pressing into something forward. Feel that action to broaden your left side chest. It's essentially what you did very first, lying on the floor, except this time it's a virtual something that you're pressing into and you're bringing action to it. Inhale, star pose. Lift up and out of it. Exhale, horse. Hands to heart center. Bend your knees. Tips of the fingers pressed together. Lift your chest to your thumbs. It's all right if you're tipped forward, but feel still length through your spine. Add some depth. And if you choose, lift your heels. Steady yourself with a focal point. Gaze at one point. And feel that pressure through your fingertips. And simply stay with it. Allow your breath to flow. And if the urge or when the urge to move or fidget or changes it comes up, practice staying steady alongside it. Create that pressure through your fingertips. Reconnect to right here, right now. Feel the sensation build. Feel the intensity build. Slow as you can. Touch your heels down and then lift them right back up. 2 more times. Slow as you can. Touch your heels down. Lift them right back up. 1 more time. Slowly touch your heels down. Lift them back up. Down. Star. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Listen, exhale, step between your hands. Low lunge, left knee down, fingertips to your right thigh or arms up and overhead. Well, second time here. And if you want to add a side body element, you sure can. So any variation with your arms is great. So on your thigh, up, back bend, or for the side body, right hand to your right hip or right fingertips to the floor, you'll lift up and over with your left arm. So that addition of your upper body, now you're stretching from down and you're stretching from up. So breathe into your variation. 2 more breaths. Half splits. Fingertips on the floor. So again, it's an active variation. Shoulder blades onto your back. Any amount of bend in your right knee. Some amount of bend in your right knee. Hold it. 2 breaths. And rather than dropping your head, extend your chest forward. Plant your hands. Curl your back toes under. 3-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack your right hip over your left. Bring a little movement. Roll out your hip, roll out your ankle. If you choose, flip your dog. Step your right foot outside of your mat. Lift your hips. Extend your right arm forward. Make your way back to down dog. If you want, flow through chaturanga in between. Take it. We'll meet in down dog. And steady breath. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, crescent lunge. Here's the add. Exhale, hands to heart center. Create that pressure through your fingertips. Bend your right knee. Hover it off the floor. Breathe. So now turning on through the strength of your legs. Lift your chest up to your thumbs. Steady gaze. Extend up to the top of your head even. You stay in it. And soften around your breathing. Straighten through your right leg. Tip forward. Add the twist. Right elbow outside your left knee. Hand to hand, elbow to knee. Use that pressure to twist your chest open towards the left. Stay on your back toes, or you can lower your right knee. Either way, So again, here, rather than sinking into the stretch, you want to lift up out of it. So you're going to lift your right hip slightly, send your left hip back. And that's either foundation. So whether you're on your back toes or your right knee. Breathe. Right now, getting ready to transition. Curl your back toes under first. And feel the strength of your back leg. It's almost like this pressure, like you're going to pull your right leg forward, your right foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm, left elbow on your left thigh. Reach your right arm straight up. Hold it. First, feel through the foundation. Press to the outside edge of your right foot so it's strong. Adding stability with your right leg. Is the alignment of your hips. It's a bit different. So draw your left hip back. Right hip will tip forward slightly. And that's to maximize the length in your spine, lengthen your side body. All right, now with your right arm up, feel as if you're pressing into something with the tips of your fingers. And with that virtual pressure, you send your shoulder blades onto your back and open your chest towards the side. Breathe in it. But feel that action, even though you aren't pressing against anything. Create that sensation with your upper arm. So your right arm is very strong, very engaged. Left shoulder draws onto your back. And you simply stay. Simple, not easy. Soften the breath. Star pose. Lift up and out of it. Horse pose. Bend your knees. Hands to heart center. And rock a bit side to side in this one. And now hands on your thighs. Fingertips press in. Lift your chest up. Twist to the right. And back to center. Lift up, send your shoulder blades onto your back, twist to the left. One more round, go with your breath. Now back to center. Hands to heart center. Pressure into your fingertips. Lift your chest to your thumbs, send your shoulder blades onto your back, lift your heels. As slow as you can, touch your heels down. Lift them up again, 2 more times. Slow as you can, tap your heels down. Lift them up, touch down. Lift. Heels down, star pose. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, you step right back to it, low lunge. Right knee down, hands to your front thigh. Lift your arms up, take a back bend, or add the side body. So if you want the side body, it's left hand to your hip or left fingers to the floor, or a block if you have. Right arm up and overhead. And you simply breathe. And there's this action in your leg. So it's right knee, like you'll drag it forward, left heel, like you'll drag it back, all along, steady breath. Half splits. Active variation, fingertips on the floor, extend your chest forward. Bend your left knee some amount. There's action in front of the left thigh. And plant your hands. Curl your back toes under. 3-legged dog. Scorpion dog. Stack your left hip over your right. Option to flip. Step your left foot down. Lift through your hips. Extend your left arm forward. Go back to down dog. If you want to flow through chaturanga, go for it. And we'll meet in down dog. Down dog, feel the pose. Breathe in it. Spread your fingers. You create that pressure through your fingertips. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Feel this broadness of your chest. At least some amount of bend to your knees. Lift your hips up and back. Now connect in with smooth, steady breath. And lean into that urge to move. Move out of the pose. Judgment about it being the right place to be. If it comes up, and simply trust into the moment right here, right now. Feel that pressure into your fingertips, root into right here, right now. Simply down dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the right. Swing your right arm under your left. Lift your right leg up and over your left. And you can wrap up your arms or simply grab for opposite shoulder. Squeeze your thighs together. Add some depth through your left leg. Lift your elbows up to the height of your shoulders. Bring your hands forward, and that'll stretch through your upper back. Steady your gaze, 1 point. Definitely a balance challenge in the pose itself. Soft breath, long and smooth. Now add some compression by squeezing your inner thighs together. Now pull your elbows down into your chest. Lift your chest up to your elbows. Gaze is still steady. Unravel. Lift your right leg up. Dancer's pose. Right leg behind you. Reach back with your right foot. Reach back for your right foot. And then go for it. Send your right toes up and back. Tip forward. Keep your left arm lifting up. Send your left shoulder blade onto your back. And then use the pressure of foot to hand to open through your front line. Steady gaze. If you fall, you simply get back in. And feel the tips of your fingers into your ankle, your foot. And as you do that, increase the stretch on your right side chest. And back to mountain pose, right leg down, arms at your sides. Chair. Eagle, left arm under, left leg up and over. Wrap up the arms or simply grab for opposite shoulders. Squeeze your thighs together. Add some more depth in your right leg. Lift your elbows up to the height of your shoulders. Bring your hands forward if you're taking the rep. And pause with it. Gaze steady. Let your breath be soft. Add compression. Squeeze into your inner thighs. Or pull your elbows into your chest. At the same time, lift your chest up to your elbows. There's still this length in your back line. This lifting up. And unravel. Lift your left leg. Dancer's pose. Grab for your foot or your ankle. Then create some pressure between your foot and your hand. Go for it. Lift your right arm up. Send your right shoulder blade onto your back. And feel this pressure of your left hand, your left fingertips to broaden through your left side chest. A steady gaze. Welcome the falling out of it. If you do, you simply get back in. Breathe. Go for it. Stay with it. Get back into it. Mountain pose. Arms at your sides. Face your palms forward. Inhale, extend your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crow pose. Plant your hands, step your feet back so you have some space to shift. If you know crow, go for it. If crow is newer, I'm going to talk you through it. So fingers spread wide. Press especially the tips of your fingers down. Elbows bend back. Bring your knees onto the backs of your arms. Look forward. Shift your body weight forward. Whether your toes lift or not, the action is look forward, shift forward. Wherever you are, with your feet down, with your feet lifted, press your fingertips into the floor. Your feet lift up, touch your big toes together, squeeze your heels towards your seat. Hold it, 2 breaths. Pull your belly in, look forward, shift forward, press your fingertips down. We'll meet in down dog. If you want to flow through chaturanga, you sure can. Lift your right leg, half pigeon pose. You could take forward pigeon, or you can roll onto your back for supine variation. So if you're doing forward pigeon, pause upright for a moment, draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and then surrender forward. Rest on your elbows or bring your head to the floor. Steady breath. So whether you're forward facing or on your back, take it as still an active stretch. So you're working forward facing your right hip back. And if you're on your back, it looks the same, like drawing your right hip back, but you're on your back, so it's drawing your right hip forward towards the top edge of your mat. 2 breaths. And then switch sides. If you're forward facing, pause for a moment upright. Feel that alignment through your hips, left hip back, right hip forward. And then you'll surrender your upper body forward, and still bringing intention, bringing some effort in to draw your left hip back. And if you're on your back, you could even use your left hand hooked into your left hip crease to draw your left hip forward, away from your head. Hold it. 2 more breaths. And then make your way onto your back. Knees into your chest. And pause with neutral. So neutral here is squeeze your knees in, press your hips down. So it's like that action of drawing your hips forward. Press your shoulder blades down into the floor. Press the back of your head down into the floor and hold that. Hold the squeeze. With your arms, use your legs. Hug your knees in to help press your back line down. Simply hold it. Stay with the effort of it. Soft breath. Your fingertips press into the backs of your hands. A final moment in it. Lift your forehead up to your knees. So you bring effort into the rounding. And surrender down. Settle into final Shavasana. And you wiggles out. Land with your toes locked open. Face your palms to the ceiling. Close your eyes. You can let go of a controlled breath. And you can continue using your breath as you need to hook into right here, right now. The final Shavasana as opposed to practice stillness. Stillness alongside the urge to move, to fidget, to think forward or think back. And the practice asks us to keep coming back to right here, right now, over and over as many times as we need. I'll guide you out when it's time. Bring your awareness, feel into the tips of your fingers, air over the tips of your fingers. Deepen your breath. And brush your thumbs along the tips of each finger. Reach your arms overhead, stretch full body. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And rock forward and back along the length of your back. Make your way up to a tall seat. Hands at heart center, close your eyes. Let's sit up tall. Feel tips of your fingers pressed together. Lift your chest up to your thumbs. Acknowledge your practice, your connection to the moment, your commitment to keep returning to it. Lift your thumbs to the center of your forehead. Honor the light and the teacher in all things and in all experiences. Namaste.